Rossmönster, and today I want to show you around our latest Sprinter 170 4x4. Before we step inside, I'll talk about a few exterior highlights. Starting on the ground up, we have a Sprinter 2500 4x4 rib kit. We have method wheels with KO2 tires. Moving up from there, you'll see that we have bug screens from RB Components at the sliding door and at the rear door. We have a Fiamma F45 awning. We also have an Aluminess Touring style roof rack with a perforated floor, so that'll be really nice to hang out up there and be able to walk around. Attached to that roof rack, we have a few LED lights so you can light up the perimeter of the vehicle. And then as we move towards the rear here, you can see that we have a Rossmönster MaxTrax table mounting system. We have Flarespace on both sides, and then we have ports for our auxiliary solar panels back here. So we've kept the roof rack relatively solar panel free so that it can be a hangout spot, and then we'll have those auxiliary solar ports so that we can bolster that solar array as well. Let's check out the front. In the front of the vehicle here, we have a CA tuned front bumper with Baja Designs LP9 lights. We also have a Warren winch and an aftermarket grill here. Moving up, we have a Bravo snorkel, and then attached to that roof rack, we also have a 52-inch 300-watt LED light bar. Let's check out the side and the rear. On the passenger side of the vehicle, we have a ladder to get up to the roof rack, and then we also have Aluminess surf pools. So these will be great for storage of paddle boards, surfboards, etc. As we move to the rear, we have an Aluminess rear bumper with two Delux Expedition storage boxes as well as two one-up bike trays. Let's step inside. Welcome inside. Before I go into the specific components of this build, I'll talk about some design highlights as well as the overall layout. So starting all the way up top, our ceiling and wall panels are going to be upholstered in little Palm Tangerine, and then our ceiling is going to have pine accent strips that are spaced so that you can actually see that little Palm Tangerine upholstery underneath it. As we move down from there, we have bleaker canvas upholstered wall panels as well to mix in with that Palm Tangerine pattern there. All of our uppers and our lowers are going to be Birch slab door cabinetry. Our countertops are going to be Birch butcher block. And then when it comes to our backsplash in this galley area, we have a chalkboard painted backsplash on the passenger side and an etched topo map on the driver's side, which is actually a topo of the Flatirons here in Boulder. All the way on the floor, we have a Moonrock Orange 2 Tech 2 flooring. When it comes to layout, we have some additional captain's chairs up front. That's also going to be where our dinette is, with both of the captain's chairs swiveling around. We have our wet bath here. As we move back, we have our galley on both the driver's and passenger side, and then we have our fixed bed all the way in the rear, and that's going to be over top of our garage, which is going to house our plumbing and power systems. So I'm going to start in the front and we'll work our way back. All the way in the front of the vehicle, we have two 20-inch wide JMG captain's chairs. These are going to be with the diamond stitch pattern. These are also really nice because they have the 3-point retractable seat belts. We also have two table mounts here so that this can turn into a nice dinette area for 4 people when we swivel the main captain's chairs around. Closing out this area, this is also where we'll set up our Cabbunk. That'll allow this vehicle to sleep 2 extra people as well as the fixed bed in the rear. Moving back from there, we have our wet bath. So this is going to be concealed with a slab door bifold door that's going to match the rest of the cabinetry. Our walls in here are going to be brushed aluminum. We have a stainless steel shower pan, and then this is also going to house our Nature's Head composting toilet as well. And then we have a nice shower curtain so that this wood stays pristine and doesn't get water damage. Moving back from there, we have our galley on the driver's and passenger side. So starting on the driver's side, we have a 15x20 Ruvati workstation sink with a cutting board insert. Underneath that, we have another bifold door to house our 7-gallon removable gray water tank. Forward of there, we have a Cruise 200 Isotherm fridge and freezer. So these are going to be door style. The fridge and freezer are separate, so that's great for either taking more people out on the road or some of the longer trips. And then, as we mentioned, we have the topo design etched backsplash. So it's powder coated with the aluminum below so that you can see the differences there. As you move over to the passenger side, we have a continuation of our galley. So this backsplash is going to be painted in chalkboard paint, so that'll be a fun thing for them to write notes on while out on the road. We have a 700-watt microwave there. On top of that, we have a single burner True Induction cooktop. And then we just have some storage. So we have a nice big drawer there, obviously on our V-latches to ensure that it stays closed while in transit. We have a shelving unit here with adjustable shelves. So as they decide what they want to take out with them, they can make that work and optimize storage there. And then we just have one more drawer bank down the side before we move to our fixed bed all the way in the rear. All the way in the rear of the van, we have our fixed bed. So we have Flarespace on both sides, and we have custom upholstered trim rings so that it matches the wall panels. We have reading lights here at the head of the bed, and then we also have a hard partition that is going to separate our garage storage there. Again, that's going to be made of birch so that it kind of cohesively matches with the rest of the build. When it comes to ventilation, we have the half slide windows on both sides of this bed. We have 2 max air fans down the center of the vehicle. And then back here, closing out this bed area, we have a Dometic Penguin 2 AC unit. And then as we come forward to this dinette area, secondary riding area, we have 2 Sierra Lawrence T-vent windows on either side. So those are going to have the awning style windows at the bottom, and those can flare open. Lastly, we have our control systems here. So we have all of our lighting zones. We have dimmable LED overhead dome lights. We have above cabinet lights. We have under cabinet lights, and we have toe kick lighting. We also have our thermostat for our AquaHot hydronic heat and hot water system. That is going to service our indoor shower, our indoor sink, and our exterior shower. We have the thermostat and control unit for our Dometic Penguin 2 AC unit. We have the control panel for our Fiamma awning, so you can extend and retract it automatically. And then a last nice little feature of this area is that the trim for this backsplash is actually going to be magnetic, so you can stick things there as well, and they'll stay while in transit. In the rear of the vehicle, we have storage for our plumbing and power systems. Everything back here is built out of black hex ply. Starting on the driver's side, we have our plumbing systems. So in here we have a 50-gallon freshwater tank, and we also have a 3-stage clear source water filtration system. As we move over to the passenger side, we have our power system. So in here we have 800 amp hours of lithium iron phosphate battery bank. We have a 3,000 watt inverter, and then we have the 100 watts of solar coming into the top, as well as the auxiliary solar on the side of the vehicle. Closing out this area, we just have some nice storage down the center. So as they decide what they want to take on the road, they can always install L-track or whatever makes the most sense for their use case. And then we have the RV components bug screens again at these rear doors. That wraps up this van. Again, I'm Lucy with Rossmönster. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a tour. I hope you have a great rest of your day.